Hello and welcome to the Cheatcast. This is our turn. Welcome to our Week 3 Power Rankings with me, Spectrum, and JS this week because Ryan couldn't be here.
Ryan's doing God knows what.
Ryan's obviously just doing nothing. Like always.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me, boys.
Yeah, let's just address something really quick before we kind of get into these power rankings. There was a big, something big that's been happening this week. Kylo has stepped down for a little bit. I don't know when he's coming back, but I have been filling in his role. So Kylo has played this match, but I have been playing for Kylo per se.
So we're just
So
going to.
I just want to address that
rank
right
Kylo
now.
and then say how a Spectrum
Yeah.
played and all that.
Yeah, basically.
All right.
So let's start off with number 16. Me and Shu have the Baltimore Rayquazas, and Boo Boo, and JS has Roblox at number 16.
Yeah,
So let's talk about Boo Boo first. Boo Boo, the thing about Boo Boo is he may never get into a Combine War with Cress.
9 times out of 10.
I just, yeah, seriously, a 6-0 from a Cress. Like, enough said right there. The biggest, my God, Crest just destroyed everything. And people wonder why it gets banned sometimes out of some leagues. It's a scary mod. Never get into a Combine War with it.
The only way you can really beat it is if you have a better Calm Minder, which
is very, very non-existent.
And then if you Toxic it.
Yeah, in which he got a burn off on it, which I think Z planned for and wanted it perfectly, and he did it perfectly. He nailed it.
Yeah, Z is showing out how deadly his bulk can be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to. Good.
Yeah, I like the haze on the dust noir because obviously it removes the stats, but then bringing Nightshade, it doesn't make it hit it harder.
Yeah.
Very, very questionable.
Yeah, I agree. And then the big misplay I think that cost him the game was the Entei and Crest play. Entei went for Flare Blitz on the Crest. It did 46% damage. 46 or 45, I don't remember.
46, and then after leftovers,
it was at
45,
26.
and then 37.
It was at 26%, and then for some strange reason, Boo Boo switched. I don't know if he was predicting Z to switch when you had +3 at that point. There was kind of no point, to switch. I would have made the same exact play. I would have just stayed in and said, screw it. Just sack the Crest. It doesn't do much for me. And then it turns out he switched. It cost him the game. Moonlight healed everything up. It was over.
Into Toxapex at that point.
Yeah. Just heal up, switch. It was over. There's nothing you could do. It was a wrap. 6-0 by Cress. So
the worst way to
Cress
go.
asserting dominance.
The worst way to go.
Yeah. Yeah. So let's move on here to Roblox. I have him at 14. Chu has him at 15. JS at 16.
Yeah.
So the thing about Roblox is hyper offense is not his strong point. I'm just going to say it right now. We keep saying it, but hyper offense is not his strong point. Until he can show me that his hyper offense is just there, it's just not there. I don't get it. What is so difficult about hyper offense? He's not playing it correctly. He's just, how do I put it, You need to get up webs with your Shuckle, get up your Stealth Rock, hazards, get up your hazards, and then start plowing through team with, Bandit Embor, Bandit Victini, all these freaking powerhouse mons he has.
Start hitting shit hard. That's what you need to do.
Get up your webs and then just start blowing people back. That's what you do with this team. You have some of the most hard-hitting mons on this team. Rampardos, Mega Alakazam, Mamoswine, Kartana, freaking Victini, Jolteon, Embor, and yet he's just, he's got some of the hardest hitting mons on this team with webs and Shuckle, and yet still he's just not playing it correctly. He needs to lead off with Shuckle, get up the webs and then just plow through everything.
I think bringing it back to this game a lot more.
Yeah.
Katana, it literally needed to do everything. It was coming in stuff. It was needed to deal with threats.
Yeah.
It just didn't seem like a lot of his mons did anything. Right?
No, he can't switch in. He's got to play aggressive. He's playing too safe, and you can't play safe with hyper offense. You need to play aggressive.
Yeah.
Like that's something you just need to work on a little bit. That's all I'm gonna say.
Just adjust.
Let's move
to
on
how
to
your
the
team works.
yeah. Yes, we're on week 5 or week 3, right?
Three.
Week 4,
Week
starting
3.
week 4. Yeah.
Yeah.
Week 3, starting week 4, and we're still getting used to our team, so on. But you figured, okay, I know what these mons do now, blah blah blah. No, he's still not used to it yet.
Yeah, that's
Let's
definitely
move.
my team at this point. It's just how do I play this?
Right. Let's kind of just move on here. I think we've just gone to enough with it.
We just
Let's move on to the Dallas
we
Starmines.
just dash
Yeah.
Roblox and
Yeah.
Voodoo every week.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's move on to the Dallas Starmies and A guy. So I'm just gonna say this right now. Thunderous Eye. Need I say more?
Yeah.
Well, it'd be quick power rankings, mate. But yeah, you're not wrong.
I mean, Thunderous Incarnate got every single kill this week.
A guy definitely misplayed with his Haxorus not clicking Dragon Dance.
I agree. Yes. I'm going to point a few things out about the game that I could have noticed. Misprep.
Yeah.
I cannot stress this enough. Misprep is key. I'm looking at his team right now compared to Red. Seriously, he has a few mons there that could have dealt with that Thunderous. Because Thunderous Incarnate literally 6-0'd his entire team, and it did. So, looking at his game, right? Mega Glalie, he hasn't brought it once. And Mega Glalie in this matchup could have done so much work. Freeze Dry, Ice Shard, Double Edge Explosion, whatever. Freeze Dry on ice types is amazing, especially for that Seismitoad.
Yeah.
Ice Shard for the Thunderous, probably 2 AKO'd it. Like, Lander's T is not a Thunderous switch-in. Every electric type, I cannot say it enough, every electric type runs HP Ice.
Unless you have a ground water
Unless
type.
you have a Seismitoad or a Swampert or something like that. Then in that regard, HP Grass, but still.
Yeah,
Like,
this was probably the best week for him to bring the Mega Glalie, to be honest. As well.
Yeah, seriously. Like, I can't stress it enough. And then something like a Scarf Medicham, even. Scarf Medicham, once Mega Scizor was gone, just put in so much work. You have X-Cloud with Fire Blast.
Yeah.
And he even burned a Scizor early on, so it couldn't really set up or do much.
He was in a good position.
He was in a great position, but he just did not prep correctly, and it's cost him the game. It let Thunderous get 6 kills. There's nothing he could do.
Yeah, I think simply the reason why I've got it 13, and I know Chew has as well, is simply because he was playing Matt.
Yeah, he did play well, but
playing.
Again, misprep. That's all I can stress.
Misprep. It's Matt. He's currently top of the league.
Yeah.
For a reason.
That's the thing with all the top players. Their team is so hard to prep for because they have such big threats.
Right. Yeah. So again, I can't stress it enough. It's just prep better and just look at every single mon. Medicham, Mega Glalie. He hasn't even brought either of them yet, and yet this week was the perfect week to bring both. And he didn't capitalize on it. So enough said right there. Let's move on to Chew. Chew, I'll just let you basically state the obvious here.
I
I'll let you address the elephant in the room.
bodied is what happened. I had not half of this team was so threatening, so I had to prep around those. Because Mega
I'm just gonna say it right now.
was such a problem, yet he didn't even bring it.
Yeah.
I brought wacky
Again,
sets
so many prep
as well. I brought Specs, Vanillux, Conguard Altaria, which is like mixed Conguard Altaria, dual screens Rotom, Assault Vest Mismagius, Scarf Minior, and then Resto Chesto Donphan.
Right. It was a Chu really couldn't do much. There's just like nothing he could really do.
Yeah. Because
So
I couldn't beat Finny.
no, he couldn't. Finny is just one of those mons right now. It's like that's a new Toy Syndrome mon, but it's new Toy Syndrome mon for a reason, basically. That's the best way to put it. It's new Toy Syndrome, but it's the best mon right now in this format. For a reason.
Not knocking me out into Shields down range really sucked.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Yeah, got unlucky on that one, mate.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm always unlucky. The Crit Exchange versus
again,
JS, the low roll, all that sucks.
Yeah. So again, there's this misprep. I can't stress it enough. Misprep, misplaying, so on. So let's kind of move on here to I have the Peru Pukamukus here in zone. So the reason I put zone here is because he just did not have anything for Tapu Koko. Just Tapu Koko hits so fucking hard under that electric terrain. It's ridiculous. Just Volt Switch, U-turn, it's the ultimate pivot mon, but it's just so fucking hard to switch into, dude. It's scary.
He definitely misplayed with the Halucha.
Yeah, every time Halucha came in, Coco came in. In which, again, at that point, he needed to pick a sack. Because Coco is scary. So, Coco is just... And then the spike stack with the Heatran, with the rocks, the hazard stack was perfect. He didn't bring removal. It was over. Not Mega Evolving with Mega Diancie. Really bit him in the ass, basically, is the best way to put it.
Yeah, both of them can take on Mega Diancie as well, which just really just put him up shit creek, to be honest.
Yeah, it set him back so far.
He couldn't
not bringing the removal and then relying on Mega Diancie, and then you need to Mega Evolve it.
Yeah.
It's just like his removal consists of Armaldo, which I think he let die early, didn't he? Or am I thinking of a different?
Armaldo did not come.
No, okay, I'm thinking of a different game. Sorry.
Yeah. No worries.
His removal is Armaldo and Noivern. That's his removal. He does not have good removal options.
Well, if you're running defog on Noivern, you're doing something wrong. But,
yeah. I mean, again, he relies on Mega Diancie, but he also has Magyurna, which is ultimately the better fairy, in my opinion. But I don't know. Because he really needs to work on his removal options, in my opinion.
That's usually the problem with a lot of teams is they don't have super good, reliable hazard
removal. I mean, Armaldo's a good spinner. It's very, very good mon, but it's just You know, it's a setup. It's very strong. It's good at what it does. It's a good removal, but again, it's just so easy to prep around it. So let's move on here to the Stockton Heatrans. Kind of getting into what I did. This was Kylo versus Nada, and I played this match versus Nada with Kylo's team. So I have Nada at number 10. JS has her at 12, and Chu has her at 11.
Yeah, it's frustrating to watch because you can see that there's improvement, like week on week. As she's getting used to the team.
Yeah.
But it's definitely better, and I'm sure hopefully we'll get better next week.
Yeah,
but,
I hope so.
At the moment, it's annoying. It's frustrating to watch. I couldn't put her higher at this point.
I mean, the thing about the matchup versus Nada, Landorus Eye was just such a big threat. It's a big threat in general. Yeah. Like no one has anything for Lando Eye. Understand?
Yeah.
And then the thing is about Tapu Bulu. I just want to point this out right now. I kind of got confused on a play here earlier in the game. So in the match, I remember it was Landorus Eye versus Tapu Bulu. It was I don't remember if she switched it in. No, she did not switch it in. It was kind of in there. She stayed in so on. It turns out it was Scarf Tapu Bulu at the time, right? And I could have saved Landorus, but she switched out last time when I had my Landorus in versus her Tapu Bulu, which didn't make sense to me. I'm like, okay, whatever. I didn't think anything of it. I thought it was just a banded Bulu at that point. And then later on, same exact matchup, Woodhammer. If she would have just clicked Woodhammer earlier, I think it would have actually saved her a different, that big. I think that was a huge misplay on her half.
Yeah.
Because again, I didn't know it was a Scarf Bulu. She switched out, maybe bluffing. I don't know, but I wouldn't have been able. I don't know how well I would have dealt with Snorlax at that point. Then, so I don't know. I don't know if it was a misplay or I don't know what it was. I was just kind of left there confused at the end of the battle, going back and rewatching it. So I don't know. Bulu is such a hard mon because you can literally put HP poison on any good mon with like good special attack, mixed attacker basically, and it's just hard to switch into.
Yeah, definitely.
So that's kind of all I have to really say about the match. Let's move on to my match in JS. Oh, isn't that funny? We're both here. Ha ha ha. So I'll just address the elephant in the room right now. I didn't play with the team that I made. The original team I made worked, and I think JS said it almost won the game. I don't know. Relying on RNG, based on what RNG rolls, so on and so forth, right? That could have determined differently, but I was originally bringing Spec Swallow, Banded Zygarde, Focus Sash, Alolan Sandslash, Alolan Ninetales with Aurora Veil, and a bunch of other
things.
Both
me and Spectrum both had an original team, and we just second guessed ourselves.
Yeah.
Because I originally had Suicune on my team, and I just didn't bring it.
Right. So, again, it's just, you even said it yourself, it's like...
Yeah, I think the Swallow definitely had a much better matchup.
Yeah, it did.
And
I noticed it, too, and I was going to capitalize on it, and then I took an idea from Kylo. Scarf and Sandslash was just not a way to go. I'll be honest.
Yeah,
that made no sense. He kind of showed it to me. I'm like, okay, I can understand it. I'll spend everything on your team, and I'll spend a +2 Diggersby with agility. Like, in that regard, it made sense. But then came the part where, I have no switching for Infernape. Ha 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 ha.
Yeah. And then, I would also argue questionable play of the Doug Trio, switching it hard into the especially because it has access to Sucker Punch and Pursuit.
Yeah,
which
it does. But again, I didn't want to bring Doug Trio. Doug Trio wasn't on my original team in the end there, I'll be honest. I did not even plan on bringing Doug Trio or Mega Aggro, and yet both of them came, and I wasn't even planning on it. The questionable play on your end, counter on Scarbrado and Smearway. Good old Jen winning.
Here's a quick Google. Does this actually work on the Ghost app? I'm sure it does.
Came
the suggestion. Oh yeah, it does. We changed it after Gen 2. Okay, cheers.
JS is
right. Yeah, pretty much. So again, like I said, it's just good old. Well, you really struggled with that Marowak. I'll point it out. That was really hard mon for you to break.
If we play again, that might be an issue. Not gonna lie.
Yeah. I was actually going to bring a set he actually brought in another league I was in with him, drafted it, and I was going to bring a set that he brought, and I was going to use it against him. I'm not. He knows the set I'm talking about.
I would have very struggled with that, to be honest.
Oh my god, that would have been fun.
I dare Spectre to bring special Marowak 1 week.
Oh, I will. Don't worry. Wink. Anyway, let's move on here to the Olivine Steelers and Ghosts. Forfeit. Yeah, blah, blah, blah. Let's move on. We can't really say anything. Oh, well. Play your damn matches. Let's move on.
Sometimes PS doesn't like to. I need to change the... no, it's there. I just have to change the slide.
Alright, let's move on here. Play your damn matchups next time, people. God. Let's move on to number 7 here. And that is Weirdo. And then
Yeah.
Chu has JS at number 7.
I want to hear this, Chip. I want to hear this later on.
Okay.
But
Well,
So the reason,
start with set sounds.
Yeah.
Another JS first.
so the reason I have Weirdo at number 7 is he played a good game, but you know where I'm gonna go. I don't want to be rude. You know exactly where I'm gonna go with this.
Mm-hmm.
So I again, he had a good matchup. Trevenant, I'm enjoying the way he's using Trevenant. I love Trevenant.
Yeah. It's very well played.
I'm so curious. I can't wait to see something like Lychee Berry Trevenant.
No.
Like, oh my god, I think it would be
Gosh.
so much fun to see. That'd be so much fun to see. I'll be honest with you. So I'm hoping he brings it at least 1 week if he watches these.
Yeah.
Bring Lychee Berry Trevenant and just sweep a team with it.
I think Weirdo getting rid of Jolteon quickly was a good thing.
Yeah, because his team struggles electric type. It was a good play on his end.
Well,
I agree.
Boo Boo, why? I don't understand why you switched in Jolteon though.
I don't even know.
So.
Whatever. Again, I'm not. He just. I'm not going to say anything.
We've
already buried him enough in this. We've already buried him enough in this.
No, we need to bury him more. Obviously.
No. All right.
No, I don't think it's burying. I think it's a fair comment. Like,
yeah,
at the end of the day, if it was the result was against anybody who we already hadn't had at last place or second last, he probably would be higher. It's just the fact of the matter.
Yeah. Let's move on here. Chu, why do you have JS at number 7? I want to see your reasoning.
I mean, the battle was definitely not. JS usually wins one-sided in his matches. I think the match was really close. I had a lot of better people higher because I think they played a lot better, but the
blasphemy. No, I'm kidding. No, I mean it was you have been destroying your opponent's JS, and again you still destroyed me, but still I do.
The problem was definitely Alolan Marowak was definitely a problem.
Oh, I wish I would have brought the original set he brought. Yeah. I would. I wish. I will.
Yeah, as we get over my time with Mark, I think that's a fair comment. I am quite proud of my Hooper set though. I'm not gonna lie.
Also, bringing Hooper versus the Heart Home Hoopas.
Ha. Mascot versus the Heart Home Hoopas. Mascot snipe, and then brings the mascot versus me.
I wonder if Jolteon, or wait, no. I wonder if Victini is going to be Brock versus me.
It will be. Oh man.
I lose to
Alright, let's move on here. I have the Iowa Focus Energies at number 6. I'm just gonna say this right now. Number 6 through number 1, it could have been either anyway. Like this one was so hard at this point for me to figure out. So these ones, again, this is the same thing as last week, 4 through 1. You could literally place them any which way possible, and it wouldn't even make a difference. Yeah. The reason I put the Iowa Focus Energy is, again, Tapu Koko was a god. The hazard stack plays were godly, and it's just, there's nothing you can do.
Me and JS both have Kylo.
Yeah. Again, you can kind of critique how I played. I'll let you decide this one. I know exactly how I played the match, and I think I played it fine.
Yeah, I think it's played fine. I think it's very similar to the justification that Chu used against me. I just think people played better.
Yeah, I mean, again, like I said, Kylo's team is so fun to prep with. I'll be honest with you.
That's always a thing with other people's drafts. You think their draft is a lot better to prep with, because Spectrum hates his team, but I think I love his team. I love his team and how semi-stolid it is.
And yeah, I try to play more offensive with it.
That's one of the problems.
That's the funniest part. Yeah. So I have JS at number 4. JS, you have yourself at number 4. I almost have said JS has JS.
Hang on. Are we
JS
number 5?
Z at number 5.
Oh no, yeah.
Z. Oh, Z. Well, I'll get to
we'll get to Z at the end.
All right.
Yeah, we'll get to Z at the end because we have me and you. I both have at number 1. So I have JS at number 4. JS has JS at number 4. Ha.
We've covered enough.
We've already covered all of them. Let's move on to the Johnson City Jellicents. I'm gonna say right now, Antoine had a great matchup. Finny is.
There was no way I was winning.
I hate Finny. Finney is Finney. You know, he's been playing to his strengths. He's been playing some of these mons to perfection. Like Finney is so amazing. I can't stress it enough.
Yeah, it's probably the best Tapu in the format right now. Besides,
Although
Lele.
I haven't seen Lele that much in
Because
League,
it's
so
banned.
well anyway.
Yeah.
So again, he just played his strengths. He just played mind games. He just did everything right, basically. That's all I can say. I mean, Chu basically addressed it himself. What happened?
I'm probably going 0-15.
Yeah.
It's basically a thing now where me and Nada are trying to compete for last place.
Yeah. So let's kind of move on here to you have the Washington Red Shells in red. Red. I'm sick and tired of placing him at these high spots.
Can he just lose already?
Right? We have 3 undefeated coaches right now.
Which are
what
BXL,
is it?
JS, and
BXL, JS, Antoine, and Red.
4.
We have 4 actually. Jesus. Yeah. 4 undefeated coaches. Man.
And then what? We have 4 coaches with 0 wins, I think. Me, Liam, Ghost.
Yeah, I think something like that.
Me,
I think
Liam,
like
Ghost,
that.
and Nada.
Yeah.
Actually,
Man.
no. Ghost has his win.
Ghost won. Ghost won. Yeah.
Forfeit.
Yep. Forfeit. Yeah.
Liam are doing surprisingly well on the power rankings though, despite
not having a win. Hey, you should just forfeit our week. You won't be low. Don't forfeit your matches. Play your goddamn matches. Anyway, the reason I put Red at number 2, JS has him at 1, and Chu has him at 3. It's just basically a bloodbath with Thunderous Eye. I've already addressed it enough. Thunderous Eye just straight 6-0'd everything. It was ridiculous.
So annoying.
Thunderous Eye showing why it's a real MVP up in here. So I'm upset right there.
It's either I think it's Scissor or Thunderous Eye that's actually the MVP right now.
They both have like 7 million freaking kills at this point, so it doesn't even matter. So let's just do it right now. LA Slow Kings at number 1. JS has him at number 5.
Yeah,
so
you go in first, and then I'll justify myself putting him at number 5.
Like I said, it's just 6-0s. Cress, and Cress. Enough said.
I think that's Z's favorite mon.
Yeah, seriously. Cress, and Cress. The bulk is scary, the offensive power.
Zard Y with Cress
disgusting.
Is annoying.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that's basically how I can put it here. Let's move on here
I'll have my say, because at the end of the day, I've put him as 5th. So I like to justify myself, considering I was put him as 1st.
Right.
I'm simply going to put him there. It was a good win. He played well, very well prepped, played smart.
But it was.
I would argue
Boo did misplay.
I would argue that Boo misplayed.
Hardcore misplayed.
Yeah, and there are still 4 undefeated teams.
Yeah.
At this point, and he lost the one.
I mean,
that's the simple reason why.
Z might just. How many losers does he have? 1.
1.
He has 1 to be XL.
So I think
he's
definitely shown us how good he is in this.
Oh yeah, definitely. Yeah. I can definitely see him taking games off the rest of the top 4. I think he just narrowly lost that to BXL. But until he does that, I can't justify
him any higher. Yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Anyways.
So let's move on here to next week's week 4 battle schedule.
So our first battle is the Lowland Septiles versus the Washington Red Shells, right?
No, the first one is the Heart Home Hoopas, me versus Antoine.
Damn slides.
I face Antoine.
Damn slides.
I'll just take my L now and just be done with it. There you go.
Vancouver
Victinis versus the Olivine Steelers.
Hey, probably going to lose.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't call it one. Yeah, Dallas Starmies and the LA Slow Kings. I have to give the edge to. I'm sorry, I have to give the edge to Z. He's been playing phenomenally. I'm giving the edge to Chu. I can't really say much about both these teams, the Vancouver Victinis and Steelers. I have to give the edge to Chu because Chu does have the matchup. I feel, but that's just what I'm noticing. I'm gonna give the edge to Antoine. I'll be honest. The Baltimore Equays as an Arizona Arceus, I can't call this one per se.
I say Kylo because his
It's
draft
very
is super
evenly
It's
matched
a
up,
strong.
I
good
think.
match.
But
I mean, I'm
mean,
playing this
Boo
match. I'll
has
address it right now. I'm playing
Scaramons
this match as well,
that Kylo can't deal well with.
and I'm playing the match again. So, spoiler.
The Massachusetts
Yes.
I don't.
Mismagius versus Lowland Subtiles.
I think this is a very interesting matchup.
It is. It intrigues
I like
me a
it.
lot. I had to give the edge to Boo Boo or Boo Boo Weirdo. Jesus.
Yeah.
I have to give the edge to Weirdo just because he's coming off a very dominant win over Roblox. So I kind of have to give the edge there. Red Shells and Fearos.
David
next.
versus
There's
Goliath.
no question.
Next.
The Heat Trans and the
Stockton
Pukamikus.
Heat Trans and oh Jesus, this is another good matchup. I think I might have to give the edge to Nada and the Heat Trans. Just because I feel as though her team matches up so much better
Definitely.
than Zones.
Oh, and then the last match, we'll go
these
down
are
to
interesting.
3 undefeated coaches.
JS versus the Iowa Focus Energies in BXL. I can't call. I have to say this might be match of the week right here.
I'm feeling quite good about this one.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I was breaking it against Spec. I'm not looking forward to Nada the week after, but I'm feeling pretty reasonable about this one.
JS,
Yeah,
I'm going to beat you in playoffs if I ever make it,
No,
which I won't.
I don't know. So that's basically that. Let's move on here to some trades. There were a couple trades. A guy and Z, they made a trade, and A guy traded Klefki for Mimikyu. What do both coaches gain? I don't understand the whole Klefki trade. I don't know how well it fits.
Z lose a steel type?
Ghost type. Yeah, I think he already has a steel type though, doesn't he? Yeah, he has Lucario. He's fine. And his fairy. He loses his fairy, but I mean, to be fair, Klefki's not even that much of a fairy.
True.
And he gains a spin blocker because he has so much hazard stack on his team. Well, he already has Doubt Mine. So I don't know how this.
Yeah, it's
I'm not sure how I feel about it. I'm not gonna question it. I'm just gonna be like, okay, whatever. And then we have one more, trade. It is Antoine dropped Kecleon for Lipard. I actually do agree with this trade a lot because I never saw him bringing Kecleon, Antoine. Something like Lipard is actually very, very solid with his draft because he was missing a dark type before. He really, with the Prankster nerf, with dark types being that much better, something like Lipard, having Prankster itself and being a dark type immune to Prankster, I really think I really like Lipard. I'll be honest.
Plus, he had like 40 normal types.
Yeah. It does. So, I mean, again, I agree with that trade. I do like it because I never saw him bring Kecleon.
Yeah, because he has
Lopunny,
Stoutland, Heliolisk, Star.
He dropped it. He dropped.
Lop, Staraptor, and Heliolisk.
He did not. He did drop Stoutland for Dusclops. That was a while back.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
he's down to 3 now. A lot more manageable.
Yeah. So again, I think that's pretty much all we got to cover this week, honestly.
Yeah.
All right, let's just do some. Let's try to start something right now. Match of the week. What do you guys think match of the week was this week?
Iowa Focus. Or this week or next week?
This week. This week. This match of the week. Let's kind of start that new little thing. Just for fun. Yeah, I have to say, in my opinion, either the match of the week was either me and JS or I don't know. I have to say it was just me and JS. Honestly, I don't think there was many other really good games this week. That was really
obviously
close.
Liam versus Ghosts.
Oh man, yeah.
That was brilliant.
Yeah, I have to say, I'm not trying to toot my own horn or anything, or me and JS's horn or anything. I have to say it was me and JS.
I don't think I'll ever be on match of the week, to be honest.
So
I'm always trying to get
bagged. So yeah, that's just what I have to say. And then, what do you think was the upset of the week?
Upset? Probably Boo Boo
Upset of the
versus Z
week.
because he was just
Do you have an
really bad.
Yeah, I had to agree with that kind of.
I don't
So
think that's
that's
necessarily an
basically.
upset. I think Z's probably favourite going into that, surely.
Yeah, honestly, I mean, I don't know. It's kind of there was really no upset this week
Yeah.
per se. I think the only, I guess you could say the big upset was, I don't even know, Goat. No, I can't even say Ghost and Liam because they forfeit. I don't know. There was
Uh,
really no upset
that
this
was
week,
that was
honestly.
rather upsetting, the fact that we didn't have all the matches. So yeah,
Yeah,
leave it at that.
Yeah.
that's pretty much week 3.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I got. That's all we got.
Alright, so this has been our
Okay.
week 3 power rankings. Comment, rate, subscribe. Really helps out the channel. What's more, way to luck. Bye bye.
Bye.